first video of Rendezvous with Ramesh, we saw how to embrace life. In the second video, we learned how to be a servant leader even in today's complex and competitive world. Today, we are here to explore what are the benefits of saying yes and how can it change your life too. Apparently, it did change Ramesh's life. On that note, I welcome Ramesh today to the third series in the personal transformation topic, saying yes and completely enjoying the benefits of it. Good morning once again. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Anita. I have so many stories, so many experiences which I can share. I definitely like to share one thing which stood out because that is the beginning of, I would say, my understanding the power of yes very congruently. So when I say yes, am I saying yes internally and externally, or I'm saying yes because you asked for it?
Pleasure likewise. I have said yes to myself, which is why, in fact, I'm also having the privilege of calling you on my show, Rendezvous with Ramesh, because this is allowing not just me, but so many viewers out there who want to explore anything related to NLP, mindset shift, living a life of complete excellence that they truly deserve to be. So I think it just works out like a beautiful win-win. So on that note, today's topic is saying yes to yourself and enjoying the benefits of that. So what have you said yes to, Ramesh? Can you share that with our viewers?
Oh my God, that's a big question. Because when I look back today, so I'm just reframing. It's like changing some of the words. I'm saying yes to life.
Sure.
So how saying yes to life has made a huge difference to the quality of my life, I should say. And I'm saying this because it was easy for me to say no for a very, very long time in my life. You ask me anything before anything is even pops up, I can easily say no. And that is how I was so internal, so one-way traffic and so on. But when I look back today, when I learned how saying yes made a difference, and I think that's important. Three examples I can share. One is saying yes to when the opportunity to work with Sunite came. I said yes to it. I said yes to it, not knowing what it is, what's all about it, where am I, what's going to happen. But I just said yes to it because I liked that space, and I said it with so much of excitement, enthusiasm, because it just came and fell in my lap. Because inside me, I had experienced so much of changes, and I wanted to be in this space. But when the business came to me, and I said yes, that was like, oh my God. Can I? So I had all those conversations, inner voice, inner noise, and so on. Not saying yes today. When I look back, I have built a huge business in this space. I wouldn't call the word business. When I built a community of people across India, across the continent, I should say, where I look up to teaching NLP as a way of life, I should say. So the relationship which I have today with Sue, the kind of gifts which I've received from the space, so that's one yes. The second yes which stood out for me was saying yes to my dad, who was no more. My dad was a very religious person, and he practiced certain rituals which are important for him, and he thought for the family. But being convent educated and not understanding the so-called logical side of what my dad was, and understanding the logical side of what. So for me, it was important to understand the logical side, to accept it. Later on, when I said yes to what my dad wanted when he was no more, when he passed away, for me to step into his shoes and experience it and find answers to what my dad really wanted me to be. Saying yes to following his footsteps in the religious path. That brought in a whole lot of discovery. I became very spiritual, very religious, very holistic about a number of things, and uh, today it softened me as a person, I should say. It softened me. It helped about bringing about a change in my attitude. It helped me find my calling. So that was the second yes, I would say. The third yes, which was the most powerful of all, is saying yes to my wife Tulsi. For a long time, Tulsi wanted to be a mother. If for those of you who have met Tulsi, if you meet Tulsi itself, you know that she has this motherly
Yes.
look, appearance, attitude in the way even she interacts. She really wanted to be a mother. She wanted to be having a baby, and we were so. Long story short, there's a lot of stuff there. But saying yes to her, we were saying yes to her where she had about two experiences which are not good. But the third time when she insisted and I was strongly saying no to her, having some kind of a coaching there with Sue and Jean, I realized how I was denying her. It was again second positioning, I should say, when I became aware like how I'm not valuing or not feeling what Tulsi was feeling. Put me in a place where I felt so ashamed of myself, and I still remember I came back to her and said yes, in such a way that after exactly on our Silver Jubilee anniversary, we had first baby Gayantika. So that was one of the biggest yes, I would say. I discovered the power of saying yes and how saying yes can make a huge difference to self as well as others.
Thank you so much for sharing such personal instances, Ramesh. One thing is that many of our viewers out there may take some time to go through the environment that you have been exposed to. So I just want to take these three things a little more deeper, chunk by chunk. Like for example, in the first instance, when you shared that how saying yes to building this business led to you building a community, and then teaching NLP and having it as a way of life. I just want to pause you there and ask you. So what is it that people? Why is it that people find it so hard to say yes? Because the lesson to me was that although things might have been a little ambiguous or little uncertain, you took a decision to say yes. And correct me if I'm wrong, please. So for the viewers out there, people who find it difficult to say yes because of the risk of the unknown or whatever be the reason, what is something that you could help them with that can tilt the balance in favor of more yeses in their life?
I think it's when you look back at the science of what I teach, NLP, one of the attributes of modeling when you talk about NLP is to be one principle which works is to be in a state of curiosity, to be in a state of naivety, to be in a state of not knowing.
Okay.
And that not knowing, but willing to be curious, I think it is very characteristic of any sort of a learning, I would say. A child has it, like today when I look back at my daughter Gayantika, she would always like to explore new things because she doesn't know, she has a very different map. She doesn't know what's the consequences of it, but she allows the experiences to teach her. Yeah. Even if I'm playing, even when I light the agarbatti, she's very curious to know what's this light coming from. She definitely makes an attempt to reach out to it. Yeah, but she allows the experience to give her feedback. Sure. And I think so. It's a mechanism. It's a way of what do you call running a tote all the time. Like okay, I'm saying so. The first is my willing to put myself in that space of learning, where I'm curious. So I think what stands out, the attitude to learn, to explore. Like somebody who goes off into the forest, he doesn't know where the roadway might lead, but he just operates with the state of not with an intuition that he will definitely arrive at some place. So yeah, and I believe that when you operate with a very heightened level of awareness, that I'm saying yes, let me see how far this takes me, that can bring in learning of a different kind, I would say.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for sharing with the viewers that if we all agree to be a little more curious in life and just let ourselves go into the exploration mode, saying yes would probably be way easier. Coming to the second thing that you shared about stepping into the shoes of your father, and all the more relevant when most of us go through that little bit of stage of friction at certain ages with our parents, where we don't make sense to them, they don't make sense to us. So how can children say more yes to parents at an older age? What is one friendly tip that you can give everybody?
I wouldn't give a tip to the children's, because
Okay.
I would say to the parents more importantly. I think the children are fine in their place. The children primarily model the parents. So the more the parents say yes to the children's, again, being aware of what they are saying yes to, more importantly. So I would say that gives the children. So it's like, the fact is, both of them grow together. So the child is always watching the parents or the father or the mother, and they pick up stuff from the space. So it depends on what they are offering in the space to the child. If the parents are offering a lot of no, the child picks up no, and easily starts saying no. But if the parents start saying yes, there's a possibility the child can also start saying yes. Now, a bit of education definitely goes there in terms of, yeah. But yeah, unconsciously the child is modeling the parents. So it depends on. So there's a whole lot of skill the parents can learn in this case as to how they can learn to say yes to the child, or in such a way that it is a win-win. Even if they decide to say no to it, it has to be, there is some amount of talking to be done, some education, some explanation, so the child takes a wise decision, I would say. It's not blindly saying yes or no to something.
Thank you. So for all you parents out there, you want your child to say more yes to themselves? The trick is to yourself first starting to say yes.
Yes, absolutely.
And that comes straight away from another parent. So you must be listening to this. Coming to the third thing, where Ramesh, you spoke about how you said yes to Tulsi and how Gayantika happened. I'm sure there are a lot of married couples out there, and couples who are maybe now trying to have a children, or let's say children or no children. What's one thing that marital couples can say yes to, so that they have a much more aware relationship, is what I would say. I know it's a big thing, and we will deal with this in detail. But
so if you're a man, if you're a man married to a woman, just say yes to her. There's also a generalization that many people say, like, hey man, I'm married, I have to say yes to my wife, whatever she asks. Follow that blindly. As simple as that.
Really?
So, yeah. Just say yes to your wife. And for all the women who's there, hey, you know what? You want the best of the best of the best of the best stuff from your man, say yes to him. As simple as that.
And how do you think that translates to them in their marriage? What does it help them get by saying yes? Because I know a lot of men who say yes and are very resentful about it.
Yes. I think it's fun. There's a lot of fun behind it. Laughter, love, giving, sharing. I think what's important here is you're not saying just yes because you want to say no, or you want to say yes because whenever you choose to say yes, you are operating. I would say in the back of the mind, you have full awareness of what is the significance of this yes, what is the consequences of this yes. So, which empowers you, which actually puts you in a place which empowers you to support, in this case, your loved one in such a way that they get what they want. So it is a bit tricky when you get a little materialistic. But if you move beyond the materialistic side, then it's much more simpler and easy.
Wow. You know, what you shared is so interesting, because we started with yes being also about being congruent, and we seem to be also concluding with that as the bigger point, that it's not as much about the yes, but about saying yes where there is a complete congruence, because that does empower the other person in the relationship. Yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Super. What are some thoughts or questions that you would like to pose to our viewers so that they have some food for thought before I catch you again?
Well, for me, I would say is, so some of the questions which I like to put out to you guys is, ask yourself, okay, it's like some simple question. When is the last time you said yes to somebody and you were mindful of that you're saying yes? Okay. Did you say, so what is the quality of your yes? Was it like yes, or was it a yeah, but, or was it no, but maybe, I'm not sure, that kind of a yes? Or was it a yes which was a powerful yes? You knew what's the price you're going to pay for this yes, and you said it because you were ready for it. So ask that kind of question. That's first. The second question which I like to ask is, I did share 3 yeses of mine, and there was one of the biggest yes, which is saying yes to Tulsi. So what's your biggest yes? What's your biggest yes? Presupposing you're going to be saying yes, the question which I like you to ask yourself is, what's going to be your biggest yes? Maybe it's already there, or if not, you can always explore what's going to be, okay, let me ask this, what's your biggest yes? And the third question which I can let you go off is like, what might be a yes which is yet to come to your life? You know, if you say yes to this, it will make a huge difference to your environment, your relationship, or whatever it is, which you're holding yourself back. But you know, if you say yes, that can make a difference to the quality of your life. So wow. These are some of the questions which I like to leave behind for you to think, reflect. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much for that. One thing that I'm sure what all our viewers will say yes to is listening to more of you through Rendezvous with Ramesh. So thank you so much, Ramesh, for today. Thank you.
Very welcome, Anita. Bye-bye.
So on that note, thank you so much for watching Slate with Anita.